Hi, I'm Irving, and I'm an Adamaniac. This episode introduces us to a villain that I never really got. Falseface is another master criminal who shows up to harass Gotham City from time to time. He's really doing evil things this time. He's sending threatening notes.
Look out, cops. I hereby crown myself. Signed, Falseface.
Yes, he's back again. That infamous criminal master of trickery and disguise.
Basically, he's a magician of sorts, but he always wears a translucent mask so you can't see his features. You can see him talking behind it, but the mask itself never moves. So what's he up to?
I am the Princess Merikenberg. What is this I hear? My crown will be stolen.
Oh, we'll keep it safe for you, your highness.
Oh, so? Then what is this?
All that glitters is gone.
He sent the princess a threatening note too. He's a serial notist.
Shouldn't that be all that glitters is gold?
Oh, that's the trademark of Falseface, a false quote. But the crown is here and safe.
Not quite, Chief O'Hara.
It's Falseface.
So grab him now before he does anything. There's 2 cops there, so this should be easy.
In disguised person.
First of all, nobody could tell it was him even with that obviously plastic sheath over his face. Second, why did they all just stand there? Trained cops would have grabbed him the instant they recognized him. These guys stand there and say, "Gee, it's Falseface, and he's blowing us up. Somebody should do something about that."
Stop, Chief!
An inflatable cape. She must be an accomplice.
Why isn't Batman's cape inflatable? Then he could pump it up and let the bad guys bounce off it all day, provided they're as dumb as Gotham's finest. Hey O'Hara, ever hear of a pocket knife? Or maybe if one of you could pick it up and move it? Good grief. But the crown is still in its case, so all is well. O'Hara and his team of statues take off after Falseface in their car.
Police are hot on our trail.
Then we'll cool them down.
I don't really think that needs a comment. At police headquarters, Commissioner Gordon is getting briefed on the event. For reasons I can't possibly fathom, they brought the crown with them.
So Falseface is backing up to his old tricks, eh? Disguised as the Princess Mergenberg, he and his accomplice, the beautiful Blaze, tried for the crown.
And failed.
A false top.
Well, you know, money's tight, budget cuts and all. And besides, if a Gotham City police chief can't tell the difference between plexiglass and plastic wrap, neither can a burglar, right?
The crown. Phony. Utterly worthless.
He managed to switch both the crown and the case during that brief flash. He's got some good tricks, all right.
Falseface is struck deviously and ruthlessly. Can't we stop this master of devilish disguises?
Commissioner, there's only one man living who can unmask Falseface.
Agent Coulson.
Chief O'Hara, you have done it for all of us. Our only hope is that towering power for right and justice, the Caped Crusader.
Oh yeah, him too. At stately Wayne Manor, Dick is trying to learn the names of trees when Alfred announces a call on the bat phone.
Hey, what are we waiting for?
Dick, I found one of your specimens.
Thanks a million, Aunt Harriet. But we were just going to,
Go fishing? That's the usual story.
A ramble in the woods, Aunt Harriet. Nature in the raw, so to speak.
Just remember, no skinny dipping. There's lots of poison ivy out there and you don't want to... Never mind. Who is this Falseface guy anyway? Oh, the guy from the Mysterians. I love that song. At HQ, Batman and Robin are discussing the fact that Falseface always plans big and wondering what his overall plan is when a visitor arrives.
Are you Batman, Sonny?
No, I'm President Johnson. I wear the cowl so I won't stand out in public.
I am. I intend to give money to a defenseless little girl, signed FF.
Well, that sounds like a horrendous crime. Since they know Falseface says the opposite of what he means, they suss out that he's going to steal money from the Ladd Armored Car Company.
Holy bouncing boilerplate, it fits! Lad as in boy.
But he said a little girl, so shouldn't it be a big boy, which is to say a man, or at least a teenager? Egad, he's gonna rob Robin!
Armored for defense? A big truck full of money.
Now that you've had that pounded into your head, Batman says he has more than just a solution to the puzzle.
Unless I miss my gaze, you're...
Blaze, Falseface's trusted assistant, at your service. You've got quite a grip there, Cape Crusader.
So what are you into, big boy? Why is she here?
Falseface challenges you to prove that he's committed a crime. And if you do, to catch him. And me.
Why did Batman let go of her and not cuff her? They know she's a criminal and she's working with the criminal they're after, so they give her the run of Gordon's office, naturally. I have to admit, I kind of like her. She's got some major brass. She's not like most of the babbling eye candy we've had so far. I hope they develop her more.
Blaze. She's as elusive as a flickering flame.
I'll bet that's how she earned her nickname.
I warrant you, we'll snuff out her fiery criminal career.
This Batman is really weird about the women in his life. More on that later. In his hideout, Falseface is being clever.
Are you all assembled?
The counterfeit crew ready and on duty, Falseface.
Good. First, men, I've succeeded in lifting the Mergenberg crown.
Is it just me or does she look like a young Natalie Wood? Besides Blaze, he has 3 henchmen.
Cheers for FF! Hooray! Hooray! Hooray!
Thanks, men. I know you didn't mean it.
In the credits they're called, I wish I was making this up, but again, remember, 1966 and all that, Midget, Fat Man, and Skinny Man. Well, at least there's no question who's who.
Batman and Robin. Why, it isn't often that a simple businessman is honored by a visit from the champion of justice and his youthful associate.
Everybody in Gotham City talks funny, like they're reading from a cheesy script or something. They learn that an armored truck is late, and it's supposed to be picking up a huge shipment of cash from the Gotham City National Bank. Batman calls Gordon and tells him to get his cops over there, then he and Robin head out.
Bless you, Batman. Every law-abiding citizen of Gotham City goes with you today in spirit.
And if it were possible, in body.
I hereby nominate that for the most useless line ever to grace the airwaves. They get to the bank just as 2 guards are loading the money into the truck. Batman points to one of them and says, "You're Falseface."
Only a criminal would disguise himself as a licensed bonded guard, yet callously park in front of a fire hydrant.
You explained how you figured him out, so grab him, put the cuffs on him, call it a day. Okay, you let him look at it. Now grab him!
It's always the little things.
This time it'll cost you a big penalty, Falseface. We're going to withdraw you from
Shut up and grab him before he does something, you morons!
circulation and deposit you in jail.
Well, Boy Wonder, your interest is overdue.
Like that. This episode should be called Just Stand There because that's what everybody does while Falseface does whatever he wants to them. They go after him in the Batmobile.
Thank you, Batman, for breaking into my trap.
The super convincing Boy Scout is what really sold it. And again, Batman and Robin just sit there. Midget, I'm sorry, that's his official name, blows a whistle and the other goons appear. It's fight time. During the fight, Blaze jumps in the Batmobile.
Oh, you're so strong.
I urge you to abandon this life of crime, Blaze, before it's too late.
He never says that to any of the guys. Batman is a bit of a sexist. Henchmen make their own decisions and get what they deserve. But henchwomen are always unhappy, deluded, led astray by some smooth-talking guy. Because that's the only reason a woman would ever turn to crime. While a bunch of cops round up Falseface's goons, Chief O'Hara arrives.
Saints alive! It's Falseface, disguised as myself. Right you are, O'Hara. Welcome to Dreamland.
And again, he just stands there. Does he pull his gun and put Falseface under arrest? No. Does he punch him out? No. Does he give him a stern fatherly lecture? No. He just stands there and lets Falseface blow pool cue chalk in his face. The chalk suffocates him into unconsciousness and Falseface takes his place. In the Batcave, Batman and Robin are analyzing the paper Falseface sent his message on. It's a lot stronger than ordinary paper and they figure there's some significance to that. But what is it?
I think a little session with the Bat Analyst might clarify things, Robin.
Yeah, Batman. Now just make yourself comfortable on the couch and tell me about your childhood.
I seem to be short of cash. Alfred, have you a dollar bill?
Oh, not that kind of analyst. But apparently he has to pay to use it?
By focusing ultraviolet light and applying the principles of controlled fluorescent diffraction, we can readily discern...
Why, Falseface printed his message on the same kind of paper they used to make money.
Oh, that's what it was for. By sciencing the sciencey thing and focusing the other science thing onto the science stuff, we can discern that Falseface did something sciencey that wasn't a good sciencey thing.
Mumbo jumbo, mumbo jumbo, mumbo jumbo.
They sort out that Falseface managed to penetrate the secret facility where our money paper is made, so he must be planning to do some counterfeiting. And he'll need to go back for more paper, so they'll be there waiting for him. But those signs don't mean us. When you're Batman, even secret government facilities just open the door for you. And isn't it handy that this secret government paper outfit happens to be in Gotham City? Good thing it wasn't in some other city on the other side of the country, because I don't know how far the Batmobile can go on a tank of atomic stuff. They go inside and hide just before a worker comes in and starts moving things from one pile to another pile.
Do you have a light?
Why, certainly. But smoking is forbidden in the banknote paper room. What department are you in, miss?
Removal. You see, my curious friend, we need this paper. Quickly, move this into the trick truck.
Falseface, disguised as Chief O'Hara, must have kicked those two guys loose, I guess. Batman and Robin finally leap into action now that Blaze has finished her speech. Batman knocks out the big guy while Robin does something stereotypical with the little guy. Because hanging a little person on a wall where he can't get down is funny, see?
No, you don't, Blaze. I have the answer to that little...
Even Blaze just stands there while Batman makes a speech. If she'd blown the thing while he was babbling, she could have been out of there by now. I have my anti-crime reversing bat breath.
I knew sooner or later you would overcome my bag of tricks.
Everybody else is out instantly, but she has time to say a line. Maybe she snorts the stuff at home and has a tolerance.
Let the flat guards clean up these beauties. I want to interrogate Blaze.
Let me down!
Funny, remember? At headquarters, O'Hara's complaining of a toothache so he can barely speak. But isn't Falseface supposed to be able to master voices too? So what's his problem with O'Hara? He can't do a bad enough Irish accent? Blaze wakes up.
Well, miss, it seems we've apprehended you.
You? Scarcely. Batman captured me. Only the nemesis of crime could have tripped up Blaze so deftly.
Yes, it took a superhero to blow the powder back in your face. Then again, I doubt if any of the Gotham cops would have thought of that. Okay, she's right. Nobody knows Falseface is sitting right there with them, so he gets to hear them say all sorts of horrible things about him. Batman comes up with the most horrible of all.
The swine. That Falseface is rotten to his concealed core.
Please, Commissioner. Even Falseface has a conscience somewhere and can be rehabilitated somehow.
A conscience? That's going too far, Batman. Those are fighting words. Falseface jumps up and rips off his mask to reveal that he really is Chief O'Hara. Everyone has a good laugh. Commissioner Gordon pulls out the emergency flask he keeps in his desk, and everybody has a good time. End of episode.
Batman, you are truly good. And if I can, I'll help you find Falseface.
But only after a night or two of unbridled passion. Oh, right, we don't do that in this show, even though she's obviously thinking it. She says she's not in on Falseface's ultimate plan, but she may be able to show him where the counterfeit printing is supposed to be done.
If I might make a suggestion, why not let the dynamic duo go with Blaze, while I make certain a force of pick police stand by?
Capital. Good thinking, O'Hara.
It's nothing.
I thought he couldn't talk. And if Batman didn't notice that O'Hara suddenly has a lazy eye and never opens his mouth, then everything is pretty much normal.
Can it be? Are Batman and Robin rushing into dire peril? Does Batman know Chief O'Hara is Falseface? Can he trust the treacherous Blaze?
Is this voiceover really necessary? Does my contract call for a certain number of words every episode?
Lever. Who'd suspect a shut-down subway station?
And it's centrally located for Falseface's nefarious plans.
The station is shut down, but trains are still running on the track. Suddenly, Blaze gets weird.
Where to now? Time is of the essence.
Good heavens, no wonder I'm starved. It's after lunch. Oh, Batman, would you get me a candy bar, please?
Candy? Well, actually, fresh fruit is much more healthful.
Oh, but there's none here, and there is a candy machine.
This doesn't strike him as odd for some reason, so the genius is going to do it. But I thought he didn't have any cash, and Alfred's not here to cover him this time.
He's such a gentleman. You both are. True cavaliers.
Aw.
That's the problem with a teenage sidekick. A hot chick touches him and he collapses.
Falseface.
He's inside the machine? How's he doing that? Batman and Robin awaken to find they're attached to the train tracks by unbreakable bubble wrap.
Falseface, you'll regret this.
Eventually.
Oh, I regret it already. Falseface, let's reconsider.
Never. No, you don't. Come.
Batman, forgive me.
What did Blaze think he was going to do with him? Make him go stand in a corner? Maybe she's not as bright as I initially thought.
Of course, Blaze. Any young girl might follow the wrong impulse. I forgive you.
As I said earlier, Batman is really weird about women. They're all innocent young things who get led astray by the evil men. And the next story after this one is about Catwoman. I hope I'm not the only one who sees the irony in that. With that, we have our cliffhanger as the light of a train appears far off in the tunnel. Can the dynamic duo escape the perilous packaging that pins them to the tracks? We'll find out next time. Didn't believe me, did you? I'm Irving and I'm an Adamaniac. Can the dynamic duo escape the perilous packaging that pins them to the tracks? I don't know because I can't say that phrase.